All right, let's dive into this explainer and unravel the, frankly, dramatic psychological thriller happening right inside your own head. Welcome. Today, we're looking at a phenomenon that feels like a totally unsolvable mystery to a lot of us, but is actually a deeply documented cognitive trap. We're exploring the hidden cost of overthinking and exactly why your brain just keeps pulling you back into it.
So we start our investigation right at the scene of the crime. Think about it. Have you ever walked away from an interaction only to replay the exact same conversation in your head again and again, agonizing over whether you said the wrong thing? It's a mental loop that feels all too familiar. We're basically gently interrogating the secret struggles of our own minds, those super quiet moments where our thoughts simply will not let us rest.
Or maybe you've fallen victim to this one. You spend hours, maybe even days, agonizing over a decision. You're weighing every single option, playing chess in your mind, only to decide absolutely nothing at all. Right? It's this agonizing paralysis where your mind just refuses to stop spinning, treating every possible choice like some kind of impending disaster.
And then, of course, there's this classic, imagining dozens of absolute worst-case scenarios, even though literally none of them ever actually happened. Look, if this sounds like your daily life, you are definitely not alone. Millions of people firmly believe that the more they think, the better their decisions will be. But, and here's the plot twist, this endless analysis is actually the antagonist of our story. It's the silent thief stealing the life you want, hiding behind the very convincing disguise of being careful and productive.
All right, part 1, the paranoia origin story. To understand why our brains sabotage us so brilliantly, we need to journey back thousands of years and investigate our fundamental survival instincts. And this comparison brilliantly illustrates the evolutionary misfire happening inside of us. Imagine living way back when. A strange sound comes from the bushes. Was it just the wind? Or a predator? Thinking really carefully before acting could literally save your life. Our ancestors evolved these incredible brains that constantly search for danger. But fast forward to today. That exact same highly tuned survival system is tragically triggered by everyday stuff. A delayed text message, a slightly awkward conversation. The ancient alarms are blaring, but the threat is, well, it's just completely different.
Enter the villain of our story, negativity bias. This is a very real documented scientific quirk. It's an evolutionary tendency where the human brain gives way more attention to possible dangers than to possible successes. It's exactly why your mind so effortlessly jumps to, what if I bomb this presentation, instead of, what if I nail it? The problem is, your brain treats these completely imagined threats as if they're real, physical dangers happening right now, which just floods your body with all this unnecessary stress and tension.
So, here's the crucial point. Your brain basically treats uncertainty like a problem that has to be solved right this second. Your mind acts like an overzealous security guard, firing off endless what-ifs because it firmly believes that if it just thinks long enough, it can eliminate uncertainty entirely. But come on, life just doesn't work that way. Uncertainty is baked into the whole human experience.
Which brings us to part 2, the grand illusion. Let's look at how overthinking performs its absolute greatest magic trick, making you feel incredibly productive while keeping you totally trapped.
I absolutely love this quote. Imagine sitting in a rocking chair. You're moving constantly, but you're not actually going anywhere. This metaphor perfectly captures the illusion of control. Overthinking creates this feeling of productivity. Your mind never stops, so it feels like you're doing something, right? Like you're making progress. But are you? Actually, scratch that. You're just mentally exhausted from all the back and forth, but you haven't moved an inch forward. Your brain is confusing preparation with actual progress. Thinking has value, for sure, but thinking without action? That's the trap.
Now, let's pivot from the internal drama to the external fallout in part 3, the ultimate theft. We're going to reveal what this mental thief is actually taking from you out in the real world. Because the drama peaks when we realize the true cost of overthinking isn't just that internal anxiety. It bleeds into your entire life. It steals your time, drains your energy, and makes ridiculously simple decisions completely overwhelming. Just think about it for a second. How many opportunities have you delayed? How many dreams are postponed indefinitely, just waiting for the perfect moment? How many great ideas or businesses were never started, or tough conversations stopped before they even happened? The biggest cost isn't the stress, it's the life unlived, and all those brilliant ideas trapped inside your head forever. But hey, there is hope. We've reached the climax of our thriller. Part 4, The Great Escape. So how exactly do we bypass our own biology and break out into the real world? Well, imagine you want to learn how to swim.
Would reading 20 books about swimming actually replace getting into the water? Obviously not. What your brain rarely tells you is that action creates clarity. You don't always need more information. Sometimes you literally just need the experience. Your brain learns confidence through actual action, not endless preparation. Whether it's public speaking or relationships, each real step you take gives your brain hard evidence to fight off those imagined fears.
So, here is your concrete escape plan. 4 decisive, actionable steps to cut through the noise and take the wheel back. Step 1. Set a time limit for decisions. Honestly, not every choice requires a deep dive. Step 2. Separate facts from assumptions. Ask yourself, what do I actually know for sure versus what am I just inventing in my head? Step 3. Take one small action. Even the tiniest bit of progress breaks the cycle. And finally, step 4. Accept uncertainty. You can't eliminate every single risk out there, but you absolutely can learn to move forward anyway.
And that brings us to this incredibly powerful realization. Courage isn't certainty. It is action without certainty. Your brain firmly believes overthinking is keeping you safe. But mental protection is not the same thing as life progress. Life isn't lived inside your thoughts, guys. It's lived out loud through your actions. Every single meaningful achievement requires stepping bravely into the unknown.
I'll leave you with this final little provocative twist to think about. Your mind, just doing its ancient evolutionary job, will always ask you, what if it goes wrong? But what if you asked a much better question? What if it goes right? The future doesn't belong to the people who think the longest. It belongs to the people who think and then act. Because your greatest opportunities, they aren't waiting on the other side of another thought. They're waiting on the other side of your very next step.